Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will discuss chapter number 1 again. So this video is related to revision of chapter number 1. We have already completed chapter number 1, and the study material, in addition to textual question and answer, some extra questions also has been uploaded on the WhatsApp group, so which is very important for the upcoming exam. So I repeat it again, this video is related to revision of chapter number 1, class 5 EVS Environmental Science, chapter number 1, and the name of the lesson is Super Senses. So here we are going to learn, take examples of few animals, and we are going to discuss senses of different animals. So let's start the revision part of chapter number 1. So it starts with examples. So a few examples are given in the starting of the lesson. So it starts with, let's take the example. You drop something sweet on the ground, and within minutes many ants collected around it. So as you walk softly past a sleeping dog, its ears shut up at once. When it's started put ama long thoma matamda ngakang le kaksing si ilai have. Tumma lemba hui ama gi manak ta chatpa matamda manado satlong thangal le. Aduna haibadi mi ama lakpa natra kaksing gi kesna asapur ama taramasi moi khangi kamaina khangi no haibi matang ni question ne doisi. So why does it happen? Think and tell. Kamaina khangi no haigadi animals also have different senses. Also haibadi akoi mioi besu akoi senses laiba sumaina animals su lai haidi moi uba ngami taba ngami mahau khangi manam khangi feel to ngami. So they can see, hear, taste, smell and feel. Some animals can see their prey from far away. Some can hear even the faintest sound. So different animals have different types of senses. Degree of senses also different with different animals. Some animals can find their friends by their smell. The animal world is full of examples of amazing senses. So like human beings, animals also have different senses. And different animals, the most interesting part is different animals have different degree of senses. So how did the ant recognize a friend? An ant was going along on the ground. It saw a group of ants coming from the other side. The first ant quickly came back to its hole. The ant guarding the hole recognized it and let it in. So there must be some kind of sharing message or some kind of a communication among the ants which help them to recognize one another. Let's see. So many years ago, a scientist did many experiments like this. He found out that as the ants move, they leave a smell on the ground. The other ants follow the smell to find the way. So they communicate with the help of smell. So now can you guess why the ants behave like that when you block their path? Some male insects, kakching si may manam na ni have manam na amay matang na amasum inabang ngambay matang sini. So another example is some male insects can recognize the female by their smell. Have you ever been troubled by mosquitoes? Kang na chikpa, kang na ngangba. Just think, how do they know where you are? Kang si akoy lazy kamain kang nga ino have. Mosquito can find you by the smell of your body. They also find you by the smell of the sole of your feet and the heat of your body. And kang na akoy si kamain tirake hairagadi koy manamda. Koy manam si moy na khangba. Sole of your feet, khongya, smell of the sole of your feet, koy khongya gi manam, and heat of your body, koy hakchang gi asaba si moy da phaw. Masi mayam sine maram moiraga kang na akoy si yam line thiba nga mi have. So have you seen a dog sniffing here and there? What do you think it is trying to smell? So whenever you find dog around, you will find it they go on sniffing here and there. Manam sususut namma ko chat haibani ko. Dogs mark out their own area on the road. They can make out of they can make out if another dog has come into the area by the smell of its urine or potty. So they can make out if another has come into the area. So they mark their own area and they can identify with the smell of its urine or potty. So next is sorry. So after that, okay, why so here story of Rajni and Sushila and their children. Today Rajni had to go out for some important work. She had to leave her 6-month-old Deepak with her sister Sushila. So due to some urgent work, she had to leave her uh, son with her sister Sushila. Sushila also has a baby of the same age. It was funny that both the babies did potty at the same time. She happily cleaned her daughter, but when she was cleaning her sister's son, Deepak, she covered her nose with her dupatta. So here the question is, uh, since the smell is same, but the reaction of Susila is different, so what is the reason behind? So the reason may be, see the high simana. It depends on how each one feels about it. Masagi masagi hek macha ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗꯁꯨ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯅꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ. It depends on how each one feels about it. So most of the birds have their eyes on either side of the head. ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯁꯨꯄꯔ ꯁꯦꯟꯁꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯎꯆꯦꯛꯀꯤ ꯎꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯗꯣꯏꯁꯤ. ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ with the help of their eyes. Either side of the head, their eyes can focus on two different things at a time. When they look straight ahead, both their eyes focus on the same object. So most of the birds they have their eyes on either side of the head. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯅꯥꯀꯟ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯗ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ. ꯑꯅꯝꯕꯅ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛꯇꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ. You must have seen birds moving their neck very often. Do you know why? In most of the birds, eyes are fixed and cannot move, so birds have to turn their heads to see around. ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯎꯆꯦꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯅꯥꯀꯟ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯗ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯅꯝꯕꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ. ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯎꯆꯦꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯑꯅꯝꯕꯅ ꯐꯤꯛꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ, ꯃꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯡꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ. ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ birds have to turn their heads to see around. ꯀꯣꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯦꯡꯕ. ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯠꯇꯨꯗꯤ ꯂꯦꯡꯕ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯦꯡꯕ. ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯅꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯄꯜꯂꯤꯁꯤ. Looking with one or both eyes, ꯃꯤꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯈꯨꯝꯖꯤꯜꯂꯒ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯒ ꯃꯤꯠ ꯑꯅꯤꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯒ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯦꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯗꯣꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯚꯤꯖꯟ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯤꯅꯀꯣ. Then some birds like kites, eagles, vultures can see 4 times as far as we can. So when we compare the eyesight of kite, eagles, vulture, some of the birds with us, with human being, they can see 4 times as far as we can. So there, when we take particular example of birds like kites, eagles, and vulture, in terms of seeing, they are much better than us. These birds can see things from a distance of 8 meters, what we can see from a distance of 2 meters. Now, can you guess from what distance can an eagle in the sky can see a roti on the ground? ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯇꯤꯟ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯅꯕ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯥꯞꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯎꯕ ꯐꯪꯉꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ. So this is one of the example of super senses. So do animals see colors? ꯃꯆꯨꯁꯤ ꯎꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ? Animals cannot see as many colors as we can. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯎꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛꯇꯤ ꯎꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ. Those animals that are awake, so it is believed that ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯖꯩꯀꯣ, that animals that are awake in the daytime can see some colors, and those animals that are awake at night can see things only in black and white color. So these are the beliefs. So sharp ear, nakongi matang dong lasi in class 4 you read that we cannot easily see birds' ears. Their ears are small holes covered with feathers. When we take elephant as an example, you will see, you know that elephant's ears are very big and flat. So the big size of ear of an elephant, it helps in the collection of sound. When we talk about elephant, it can even hear faintest sound or very soft sound. It is also mentioned in your textbook. There's again softly as before, and elephant can listen to very soft sound, even very soft sound. So with the help of big ears, they can collect more sound. You can prove that the collection of sound increases with the size of the ear by performing the activity which is given in your textbook. One picture is also provided here, how to increase the size of your ear by putting your hand. It will help in the collection of sound. Sounds send messages. So high up on a tree, a langur warns others of dangers like a tiger or leopard. The langur does this by making a special warning call. So animals, they use sounds to communicate with other animals. Or here one example here an example of langur is taken, where they warn others of danger like tiger or leopard with the help of sound, special warning call. Birds also give alarm calls to warn about the danger. Some birds even have different sounds for different kinds of dangers. For example, there is a different warning call if the enemy is coming from the sky or if the enemy is on the ground. So they can make different sounds for different situation. That means fishes give alarm call by electric signals. Some animals start behaving in a different way when an earthquake or storm is about to come. People who live in forest and can observe such behavior, animals come to know of the danger. So since the animals have super senses, they can feel, or they know about the danger, so they behave in a different way, which is helpful to human being. Also, one example is given in your textbook. In December 2004, few tribes that live in the forest of the Andaman Islands noticed the animals behaving in a different manner. They get some danger, so they move away to a safer part of the island. Soon after, the islands were hit by the tsunami, but these people were saved. So fishes, they send messages through electric signals. So with the abnormal behavior of the fishes, people recognize, or people guessed some danger ahead. So they move to a safer part of the island. This is one of the real story mentioned in your textbook. Then dolphins. Dolphins also make different sounds to give messages to each other. Scientists believe that many animals have special language of their own. So when we talk about communication of the animals, scientists believe that many animals have a special language of their own to communicate. So say it with sounds. So just like birds and dolphins, you can also make your own language of sounds for giving messages. Remember, you have to talk to your friends with only sounds and no words. How and well when will you need to give an alarm call, for example, when a teacher is coming to the classroom? So uh, you can perform an activity to communicate with the help of sounds without using any words, like animal. Sleeping, waking. So here in your textbook, example of sloth is given, and a few other names of animals are also mentioned. The bottom line is different animals have different sleeping time. Next, senses of tiger along with the picture is elaborated in your textbook. A tiger can see 6 times better at night than most of us. So super senses. A vision. The tiger's whiskers are very sensitive and can sense the movements of or vibration in air. They help the tiger move in the dark and find its prey. Whiskers imagi mamaida mana makoi chomisini. A tiger's sense of hearing is so sharp that it can make out the difference between the rustling of leaves and the sound of an animal moving on the grass. Sense of hearing jisu tabsu mitsu yamna pangresida 6 times better at night than most of us. The tabsisu ngasai unana lengbaga sana lengbaga anidugii difference tubu khangba ngammi na mana haire. The ears of the tiger can move in different directions, and this helps to catch the sounds from all around. Tigers make different sounds for different purpose, like when it is angry or to call out to a tigress. It can also roar or snarl. Its roar can be heard up to 3 kilometers away. Yam howi ko kilometer ahum buktai haibani. And they can make different sounds for different purpose. Each tiger has its own area which may cover several kilometers. Tigers mark their area with their urine. So we have already discussed about marking area by dogs. So likewise, tiger also has its own area. A tiger can at once come to know if there is another tiger in its area by the smell of the urine. A tiger will avoid going into another tiger's area. Jaga henjenadi habi matangni. The tiger is one of the most alert animals, and yet today tigers are in danger. What do you think are some of the dangers to tigers in the jungle? Not only tigers, um, other animals also. There are many animals which are becoming endangered. Some of the reasons are also mentioned in your textbook. Human beings can also be a threat to animals. Do you know that today many animals are killed and their parts are sold? Elephants are killed for their tusk, rhinoceros for their horns, tigers, crocodiles, and snakes for their skins. Musk deer are killed just to make a little scent from its musk. People who kill animals are called hunters and poachers. So, people, human being, is considered as a threat to animals. So they kill animals for different purpose just to satisfy their own their needs. The number of tigers and many other animals in our country is reducing. There is a danger that some of them will soon disappear. So because of the killing of animals, it is believed that in the coming future, the number of tiger, not only tigers, most of the animals in our country will soon disappear. So many animals are becoming endangered, and many animals are extinct also. So to protect the animals, our government has made some forest as protected areas. So in order to protect animals from human human killing, or for the reason mentioned in your textbook, in order to avoid such killing, government has made some forests as protected areas, sanctuary, national park. Protect. Some of them are the Jim Coven National Park in Uttarakhand and Ghana in Bharatpur district of Rajasthan. In these areas, nobody can hunt animals or destroy the jungle. So laws are imposed, or laws are made by the government in order to protect animals. Otherwise, many animals are becoming endangered. A special area or protected areas are provided by the government, where killing or hunting or entering of human beings are not allowed. So such areas, example of such area are mentioned in your textbook, like Zimcover National Park in Uttarakhand, in Ghana, in Bharatpur district of Rajasthan. So many sanctuaries, natural parks have been made by the government for protecting animals. So with this, revision of chapter number 1 is complete. So I would like to mention it again regarding the study material. Textual question answer along with some extra questions have been uploaded on the WhatsApp group. So this is just revision of chapter number 1. So thank you for watching.